You are now tuned in to the real Coach JB Slapdick podcast.
It's the last chance for you, last chance for me. Will I make it? Will I take it to the top? We gon' see. It's the last chance for you, last chance for me. It's the last chance for you, last chance for me. It's the last chance for you, last chance for me. Will I make it? Will I take it to the top? We gon' see. It's the
What up? What
last
up?
chance for you.
The real Coach JB here. My boy Spree, my main man here after the holidays.
Yay.
Episode 8 on the Slapdick podcast. It'll be a great one, man. One you don't want to miss. I'll recap the weekend. I'm gonna give you the quote of the day, man. Quote of the day today, man. We're here on this fine Monday morning after Christmas, and you know, I think people need to realize, man, someone else's fucking opinion of you is none of your fucking business. That's just the truth. People get caught up in everyone else's fucking opinion of yourself, of you, what they think of you, man. Let your dick swing, man, and let the motherfuckers, haters know that it don't bother you one bit, man. Because when you fucking let them know it bothers you, that's when they got you by the nuts. Quit letting everybody think that they fucking bother you, man. If they're hating on you, man, that means you're doing something right. So someone else's opinion of you is none of your fucking business, man. That's my quote of the day.
Love it.
Look, man, we're getting into this podcast, man. Me and Spree's part will be short today as we have a great guest on. Exclusive interview, man, my main man, Eddie George. Make sure you guys follow him, Eddie George 2727 on social media. He'll be on later this episode. But I want to recap, man, a few things that's happened over the weekend. Number one being Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens got fired.
Why they do him like that, man?
After 1 year. You know, I don't blame Freddie Kitchens. I think Freddie Kitchens was a little overwhelmed with this whole thing. I remember Freddie when he played at Alabama.
You said that cat played at Alabama?
Yeah, he played quarterback, bro. I think that I blame the management, I blame the owner, and I blame fucking Baker Mayfield. I think he's a fucking coach killer. I think the management and the ownership found a bad apple, and it takes one fucking bad apple to ruin the whole bunch. And I don't think he is not what a quarterback job description is. He's not it. He doesn't fucking have anything that a professional quarterback's job description entails. He doesn't fucking have anything that requires, like, he don't have the fucking it factor. He don't fucking lead. He's a slapdick off the field. He wants to fucking dance in the end zone. He wants to do this stupid shit, talk shit to his own fans.
He
like,
want to be all in the videos, wearing the shiny suits.
He's not what it's about, man. And this motherfucker's got it twisted. He's had 2 coaches fired in 2 fucking years. Like, who the fuck are you, Baker Mayfield? You ain't shit. I'll outthrow that bitch motherfucker today. This motherfucker's sorry, man. But anyway, episode 8, man. Like I said, it's going to be a good one. We'll have a little ad to drop in right before Eddie comes on, and then and we'll get after it, man. I just wanted to recap a little bit, man. I went on day after Christmas, man. For Christmas morning, I flew out of town to Seattle. I love Seattle, man. All my Seattle fans, shout out. I went out there, man, and
thanks for taking me, dog. Appreciate it.
Well, you
Appreciate that shit.
You weren't around. How was your Christmas, dog? I didn't get to come over. I usually go to my main man's Christmas party every year. Last 3 years, man, but I had to fly out to Seattle 6 a.m, man, and I was all over town ripping and running, so I apologize.
Yeah, we got busy. Spend a bunch of money, but that's what it's about. Family, everybody come through. Mm-hmm. Dance, drink, eat, all the good shit. Had a good time.
Oh, that's good.
You got to make it next year.
I was driving around, man. All over L.A. Traffic.
Oh, shit.
I was in the valley, bro.
Oh, yeah. Silicone.
Yeah, I was all over the place. So missed that, but I had to fly out to Seattle, and it was for a good cause, man. It was for a Cleats vs. Cancer deal. My main man, Derek Sparks, up there.
I saw that, man. I saw that
yeah.
picture with Coach Sparks, man.
Yeah, he
brought back some old memories and shit.
Yeah, he asked me about you.
Yeah.
Derek Sparks, man, is a high school legend in California. Played at Mater Dei and Banning High School, and then also Montclair. He's one of the main reasons the CIF in Southern California has made the transfer rule what it is today. He was the first one transferring all over the fucking place. He played at Washington State and then played for the 49ers. And, it was a good cause. His daughter has cancer, man. And my dad had cancer and died of it. So I know what it's about. I went out there and saw
my
it.
Dad as well.
Spree's dad had cancer right after my dad and passed away. So that's why we made the fuck cancer shirts. And, shit. It is what it is, man. We got to keep grinding and trying to find a cure. I know they probably got a cure, but, pharmaceutical fucking world, they're trying to get our money. They don't give a fuck. They probably got a cure for everything. As many presidents fuck everybody and get their dick sucked in office. They don't. I know they got a cure for some shit. They take a pill every year and fucking cure all that shit.
Don't blame him for fucking. He only got his dick sucked.
Well, yeah. Either way, you can get some shit from that too. But anyway, he went out there, man, and it was a good cause. Spent 3 days out there in Seattle, man. Seattle, man. I know why it's the number one state for suicide, man. It's a gloomy, dark fucking place, man. I apologize, but I love Seattle. I love it. It's beautiful. Beautiful downtown, beautiful oyster bars, beautiful fucking scenery. But, man, it's cloudy, and the sun does not break ever in that motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally 7 o'clock p.m. all day long.
I mean, you could drink all motherfucking day.
Yeah, but shit, you can hide from everything. That's why motherfuckers killing themselves out there. But anyway, love my Seattle cats, man. It's a great people out there. I'll tell you, they took care of me, man. They flew me out there, put me up, and I went and flipped a coin for 2 different games and a high school cancer game.
Did you fuck up the coin toss?
Nah, it was cool, man. It was good. I think whoever won the coin toss won the game. So kudos to me and myself for flipping the right coin. But I got to speak to the teams a couple days at practice leading up to the game, and hopefully I got a message you see on social media. Follow me on social media. You'll see some pictures and stuff I posted. So it was a good situation, and it was a pleasure, man, for me to go up there and talk about that cancer stuff, and got to see Derek Sparks. Got to run into a lot of old buddies of mine, man, former NFL guys like Steve Broussard, former UCLA coach, and NFL player for the Seahawks and Atlanta Falcons and stuff. So we got to hang out. So you'll see some pictures on there, man. It was a good deal, and great cause, man. And so I hope Coach Sparks made some money off of it for the cause, and I went out there and sold some books and got after it, and so it was a good deal. It was a good deal, and always good to talk to the young kids. So that was what my weekend was, and I enjoyed it, and got back late yesterday, and then and now we're gonna drop this, probably the best podcast on the market, man, and you'll get to hear it, and it'll only get better from here on out. So. Without further ado, we want to get into bringing in my main man, Eddie George, on the scene, and we're going to bring him in. I appreciate him coming. Follow him again on Eddie George 2727 on his social media, and make sure you don't miss this one, and appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for this ad by Manscaped, and then we'll get to the Eddie George, okay? So just want you guys to know Eddie's coming real soon. So, listen, man, I got this ad I want to drop in. This show has been brought to you by Manscaped. All right, if you guys don't know what Manscaped is, you men out there, it's basically to shave your ball sack.
Oh, please do,
man. Please do. Man. Girls don't want that shit. This ain't the 70s. Man. This ain't 80s porn, motherfuckers.
Oh, man. Get that hairball out your mouth.
So, So here it is, man. It's 2020, and you know what that means. New year, new me, new balls. Men, listen up. Hairy bushes are so 2019. If you're going to pick any New Year's resolution this year, let it be take care of your junk. Manscaped is making it easy with their grooming products. Man, Spree, what's the deal, man? Have you ever cut your nuts or balls shaving?
All the time.
Oh, shit.
All the time, man. I went down there to do my do. My girl went down there to do her do, man, and she thought I had a pussy.
Oh, my goodness.
It was Bleav. She said, it's that time of the month. Nah, my balls is just leaking, baby.
What the fuck did you do? Use scissors?
Man, I need a new device.
Damn, man. I use clippers, bro. What do you use?
Really? I use the 99-cent store shavers. They just blue.
Shit, you fucking tripping. This motherfucker got no ball. He got a clip.
They use them in
anyway,
prison.
I don't know if I can talk about that on your deal here, but it is what it is. So that's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nutsack. Manscaping accidents are finally a thing of the past, and don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. That's just dirty, dog. That's a goddamn shame.
So you use the
so
same
you shave
clippers.
your balls. Please don't shave your ass. God damn, Manscaped, you got something for your ass?
That's it. Use that. That's it.
So Manscaped also is the crop preserver. They've created this device. It's an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body, which is probably your balls?
Ball sweat too, baby.
Get 20% off and free shipping with this code. Make sure you write it down. Bleav, BLEAV, at manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com with the D on the end, okay? Start your new year off right by using the best tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Bleav, BLEAV, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code Bleav, BLEAV. Now we're getting into the Eddie George pod, and hope you guys enjoy it. And then episode 9 will be coming to you this Wednesday morning, and stay tuned. That'll be another great one. For the real Coach JB and Spree, we'll see you on the other side. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest today on the Slapdick pod, former Ohio State Buckeye, former Heisman Trophy winner, and longtime NFL running back for the Tennessee Titans, Eddie George. Hopefully you're giving it up for my main man. Follow him on social media at Eddie George 2727, and that's on Twitter and Instagram. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? I appreciate
JB, I'm doing well, my man. Can't complain, brother. Life is good. Blessed to see another day. I'm healthy as far as I know it. Family's doing well, man. God is great, man. Can't complain, man. How are you, brother?
Oh, man, no doubt, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm good, man. Just another day, another dollar. You know what I mean? I'm just chilling. Getting ready for the holidays. You know how it is, getting ready for the holidays, man. And how's your son doing, man? I know he's getting ready to go and make that next move and play this game.
Yeah. Well, my oldest son just graduated from Vanderbilt last year. He's actually out in L.A. where you are, pursuing a career in directing. He was working as an intern with the Russo brothers, who had done all types of commercials and all types of movies, from the Marvel Comics to the Heisman Trophy commercials. So he's been out there for a while, living the Cali life. He's loving it. You know, he's drinking the California sunshine, the California Kool-Aid, and hopefully that's all he's doing out there.
Hey, I gotta get with him, man. I gotta show him the Cali. I gotta show him the Cali spots that nobody knows, they don't see on TV.
Yeah, I'll link you with him for sure, man. He's a good kid, and so he's doing real well. My youngest boy, he's just wrapped up his year in high school, his freshman year. They lost 3 games, JB. First, they went 1-3, the worst start in school history. Damn. And they turned it around and wound up going to the state championship game. Damn. And they got smoked, but the kid that played quarterback was a freshman. And he turned the whole season around, man. He went like like 7-2, 6-2 as a freshman, and some great days to come. So, it's ironic because high school football here in Tennessee wasn't that great. But over the past 5 years, though, bro, they've been putting out some players like Ramsey, Burnett, and Philly. So they got some guys that are coming up, man, coming up the ranks.
And there's guys that I recruited heavily, man. And there's guys that are either in their senior year that I coach from that area
or
just graduated that will have an NFL shot. DJ Williams, who was he's a Utah State starting nickel safety. He was a little bit undersized. The only reason he didn't go back Power 5, but, he was a Nashville kid, Smyrna kid. Great kid, man. Great character. He, I've noticed that too, man. Recruiting that Nashville area, a lot of good character kids, and that's kind of what I went after, man, late. It's just different down there, and it's starting to get recruited. It was so under-recruited, and now it's starting to really pick up.
It is, JB. We're getting a ton of people moving here a day, man, like 100 people on the average with a net of about 60. And we're getting people from California because it's so expensive to live out there now. A lot of corporations are moving to Tennessee. People from the Dallas, Texas area, Florida, Georgia, from the Northeast, Boston, New York, Philadelphia. A lot of people are transplanting here to Nashville to either for vacation, they fall in love with it, and they want to have a different quality of life, and they retire here. Yeah. Or, like I said, different corporations are moving here. So along with that, you're getting an influx of kids, man, that are that are really taking off, man. So it's been phenomenal to see the growth of this area over the last 20 years. You got to tell you what, high school football in Tennessee 20 years ago, they couldn't bust a grape, man.
Nah.
I mean, nobody was recruiting in this area.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So
now
it's some quality players, bro. Some quality players.
No question. I love that area, man. We recruited it heavy, so it's good. So, man, people that don't know you and what you got going on that want to know, like, what do you got going on nowadays? Basically, what are you doing? I know people see you on the Heisman commercial, and they see you with Pat McAfee on ESPN, man. I'm gonna have Pat on the show too, man. We talk quite often, man. I was on his show, which was one of the highest rated shows he had, man. It was a good show. He's a good dude, man. But he, what do you got going on nowadays, man? Just chilling?
Well, since I retired, man, I've been on this quest of really transitioning and transforming myself. Yeah. In reinventing myself from a football player to what my next passion was, and that was a journey unto itself. You go through that whole phase, as man. Once you leave the game of football, that identity is dead, and it's almost like you've lost a part of yourself. A part of you has died because you built that individual up, the athlete up since you were a child. That's all you've done. And now that those days are done, you're left with who am I? What is my next purpose? What my next phase is? Yeah. So the last 15 years or so, I've just been redefining myself through, I like to say, my 3 E's, if you will. It's education, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. Yeah. Went back and got my master's in business about 10 years ago. Since that time, I've been developing different businesses. One of my core businesses is wealth management. Yeah. I got my Series 7 license, 66, fully secured in the business, called the Edward George Wealth Management Group. So you can jot that down, look at our website. So after you make your billions of dollars on this website, bro, take your boy some money, let me manage it for you. I got to do it all.
I already know. I'm already knowing. Shit. If I make it like that, brother, you the first one I'm calling.
My man. But, the whole impetus behind that was I just know how I came into the league. I came in the league blind, not understanding real finances, not understanding the whole landscape of the business. Like, JB, this business is full of sharks.
Oh, man.
It's full of wolves. And a lot of these kids are walking in, not understanding that. So my goal was to kind of pierce the veil on the league and help these guys make good, sound financial decisions on the front end, really create a mission statement, and really to have a life after the game simultaneously while they're playing the game of football, like through different networking groups, having a business mentor, making sure that your all season is spent, being constructive, working on your craft, and the times that you're not working on your craft, focus on a different skill set, whether that be in finance or understanding the real estate game or understanding business as a whole. Really educating yourself in that regard and get surrounding yourself around the right people. So that's the one area that my core is. And then, of course, I'm doing my acting stuff and the commercials and so forth. But that's kind of what I'm doing right now. That eats up a lot of my time.
Hell yeah, man. Just kicking it with you, man, and knowing you for how long I have, man, that's just commendable as hell, because just knowing your character, and I'm a good judge of character, man. So I know you're trying to help these young brothers, man, because I know I only had a cup of coffee at that level, and I knew how many people, screwed our money off and how fast it goes. They don't know, man. It's, and like you said, there's sharks, but these cats that are coming in the league now, man, like my former kids, I tell, sheeps wear wolves' clothing. Our wolves wear sheep clothing too, man. That's what they don't get. No doubt. So, that's
right.
Shit. That's what they don't understand, man. And I was like, shoot, you better be careful. Have your head on a swivel. So
No question. That's why it's so important for kids to understand the difference between your CPA, financial advisor, and your agent. They're not all in one. Though they should be all in one. Because there's no transparency. And there should be a Chinese barrier between the two. It should be completely independent. And you should understand what a POA is and how you shouldn't sign it to anybody. So just coming into this league with just some empowerment and education and knowing who's what they do for you, because everybody around you, they work for you. And you got to build your team and think in terms of it's a marriage. It's a long-term marriage. It's not about the agent working. He works for you, but you want to have come through with a team concept, and you don't work for the agent. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough situation, but like when you get these kids coming out of high school now, agents and financial advisors are already linked in with their families. They already got a familiarity. You got, parents selling kids off, saying just to get a meeting, you got to get $30,000, $15,000 just to meet the kid. I mean, all kinds of crazy shit, man. So it's a mean game, man, but one that I'm passionate about.
Hey, it's colder than the dope game. I'll tell you, I already know. And ignorance is life-threatening, man. And I tell my kids that every day. They got to be the CEO of them damn selves before they can ever, because they're going to put their future in someone else's hands. I tell that shit to every kid, man. And unfortunately, it happens, and these sharks take advantage, and they smell blood in the water, and they go hard on these young kids who basically don't know what they don't know. You know what I mean? And so unless you teach a motherfucker what to know, they don't know shit, and they get taken advantage of, and it's crazy. So.
You think about the areas you come from, JB. You come from distressed areas. The majority of these kids come from distressed areas, and they don't, and their parents don't know, and they get friends and family members that really don't know, and they come to that. They bring that hustler's mentality to this game, and the athlete is left naked because you just don't know who to trust. Because incentives drive behavior. Everybody has an incentive. You got to think of it in those terms, man.
No doubt. Well, kudos to you, brother, helping these cats, man. I hope you get as much clientele as you can. Man, look, I got to ask, what's your thoughts on Marshawn Lynch joining the Seahawks, dog? Is he in shape enough to carry a load like this? You'll know better than anybody. Like, what would his max carry load be? I mean, do you come back after a year or so off? Can you do it? I mean, could you do it? I mean,
shit. I don't know. I mean, I never sat out for a whole year and came back in the playoff. But if there's one cat that can probably do it, it's that dude.
I agree.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, damn. If they calling him up, let me put my name in the hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come out of retirement. I'm good for a good 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
4th and 1, 3rd and 1. Hey. It's all about will and desire. And I see a lot of dudes out there
turning it down.
Turning it down. Hey, man, dog, Listen, when I saw the cat, who was the kid that played with the Rams last year? The running back that just came off the streets when Todd Gurley got hurt. This dude, I can't think of his name, number 35. But he came off the street, dog, and was running out of shape.
Balling.
Played at 280. He looked like a minibus, man.
Yep.
He looked like a minibus out there killing dudes. I'm like, oh, my God. The way the game is played today, I would love to. But to answer your question, I think Marshawn Lynch, he takes care of his body. Yeah. I don't think he would have taken the opportunity if he was in some type of shape.
No doubt.
And, they're going to ask him to do things, get the hard, tough yards. We really don't require a whole bunch of reps or, not last you to break the big one or throw the ball, 45 times a game, nothing like that. He's going to be sporadic and, he might have fresh legs and really take Seattle over the top because they're in trouble right now.
Yeah, they are. They're hurting. I expect them to get probably 8-10 carries maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just me. But shit, we'll see. I mean, this motherfucker got to Seattle today in a Cadillac truck and opened the door and about 1,000 pounds of Skittles fucking fell out. It was comical.
Are you kidding me?
It's all over social media, man. That dude's a character. But, hey, that dude gives back to the hood. He gives back to the community in Oakland. And
he's real. He gets.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Listen, man, I got a question that I wanted to say for you because nobody else can answer it probably better, man. I don't know if you know or not, but on the show, Last Chance U, the first year I did, I had a running back there by the name of Rakeem Boyd. He ended up going to Arkansas.
Yeah. Rakeem,
Yeah, Rakeem. NFL talent, man, I think. I don't know what you think, but he's one of the SEC leading rushers this year. He was leading the SEC for a long time, actually, on the worst team, actually, at Arkansas. But he chose to come back for his senior year yesterday. He announced it. And I'm going to bring him on. And I just wanted your opinion, man. Like, do you think he made the right choice coming back? Because he's a redshirt junior, number one.
Yeah.
Played a year at JUCO with me. And then obviously people don't realize, but I limited his carries because I know the shortcomings of an NFL running back. If you do,
there you go.
I knew he was an NFL talent, but I was like, I'm not going to kill this kid in junior college when he still has to go to the SEC, which I knew he was going. Like what played into your decisions when you left? And then it's a different game now, different time frame. We got cats sitting out bowl games now. I mean, like it's unbelievable how the game has changed. But a lot of the people out there, I don't think understand, the average listener, I don't think they realize the process that factors in that plays a role, such as home life struggles or, Rakeem's mother. I talked to Rakeem yesterday in depth. Like, listen, you got to make the decision for you and what your gut feels at the end of the day. But, like, can your mom suffice? Can your mom get by another year of you in college? Can, they're from the inner city in Houston. I mean, does he have dad? Did those things come into play when you did it? Or did you just say, I'm playing all my years, I'm going to ride this thing out regardless? Or, obviously it was a different time.
Well, I came in, I left as a senior because I had to bide my time. I had some dogs to come through.
No doubt.
Robert Smith, Raymond Harris, Butler Benote, Carlos Snow. I had some beasts. So I had to earn my stripes. I didn't start to my junior year, but I will say this: for any running back that has the ability to leave early, do that, because you only get so many contracts as an NFL running back.
No doubt.
And there's no shame in going in the second round.
No doubt.
There's no shame in going in later rounds. I would rather if I'm not in the top 15, I'd rather go in the second round, because the difference between that late first rounder and that early second rounder is maybe $150,000 or $100,000.
Right.
But the key is that you have a chance to go back to the table sooner. And that's what you want. You want to get 3 or 4 contracts. I had the same conversation with a dude, I won't mention his name, last year about coming out.
Right.
And I said, you have the ability and talent to play at the next level right now. Strike while the iron is hot, because there's no guarantee the team that you're on, you're going to have any success. Turns out, it goes back this past year, didn't have the same year. Now he went from, a guy that was projected to go 3rd round possibly, and he went to the combine and turned out, boost that up. now he's looking at a free agent. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you got to be careful. What are you going back for? What is the outlook for the team? I understand that guys want to try to win the Heisman, guys they want to win accolades and so forth. But the reality of it is, are you on that team? Number one, number two, really. There's a quarterback award nowadays. They're not. You have to rush for damn near 3,000 yards to get to New York. Yeah. There's been some great guys that played this year that didn't get a chance to play. The cat up in at Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
He didn't get an invite. So you got to ask yourself those questions. Now it's time to make the move. Now it's time to build your career. And for Rakeem, man, I feel like he's been NFL ready for quite some time. I saw that just watching the highlights from your reality show. That he's got the burst, he's got the tenacity. I hadn't seen him consistently, so I can't really say if he's a first rounder, second rounder, so forth. It was great, but based off his athleticism and just his burst, I'm pretty sure he's probably a 4.4 guy. Yeah. He's got the speed, he's got the burn, he's got the second burst that you like. He can double cut in traffic. I don't know if he's an every down back. Hasn't seen his hands, but I think there will be an opportunity, for him to go to the next level because he's mature enough physically to take it on. And mentally, it's a different story. So, I don't know.
And he's got great hands, man. He finished, I think, third on the team in receptions this year. So, he's a dynamic kid back. But the thing is, and I told him what I thought, and I don't want to blast him out and tell everybody our conversation. But like I told him, there's a new coach. They hired a new coach. Sam Pittman came from Georgia, O-line coach. He's never been a head coach, I don't think, at that level. But he's an old JUCO guy himself in Kansas. But he got the job, and I told Rakeem, he's got to ask himself, what does he owe this program? And I told him similar what you said, like a new coach brings in new schemes and brings in new staff who has their own ideologies, and where are you going to fit? I mean, what happens if you don't get the many carries as you did have on a bad team? There's so many things, and like you said, running back's the most short-lived position in the NFL, and this is going to go on year 3 in the SEC, which is the NFL of college. And how many? You only got 2 knees, brother. You know what I'm saying? So,
no question, no question, man. I wish I could have talked to him.
I know. I told him that. I told him I might hook him up, but I mean, shoot, it ain't too late for him. I think he got a 2nd round grade. I'm not sure what he got, but
oh my God. Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
I think he got a second or a 3rd round grade. Yep.
But you know what? He really needs to get counsel on that, man. I mean, honestly.
I'm going to hook you guys up.
Shoot him my number, man. Shoot him my number. And that's the kind of grade he's getting, man. I honestly, if you ain't going to be top 5, man, come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So if you think he can get to next year, I love the guy's confidence, but now what I know now, I would say, go get that paper right now. Because he can be a starter in somebody's league today.
No doubt.
And because the quality of running backs aren't necessarily that great. You got a handful.
Yeah.
And
no doubt.
He can definitely make somebody's team.
No doubt. I'm gonna definitely hook that up, man. So look, I gotta ask, man, what's the Heisman commercials like, man? Is it hard work, or is it you're with the greatest elite selected cats ever, man? And I'm just, I went to that Pump Brother thing, and I ran into Lawrence Taylor, man. I almost busted a nut, man. I don't give a fuck how old I was. I'm 43, and I don't give a shit. But do you look at guys like Bo Jackson or Tim Brown, or do you look at guys still and be like, I'm in awe? Or look up to
all the time, man. Shit. Yeah. Dog, I was watching them when I was in high school. So I'm right with you.
No doubt.
And, the CLT is like, damn, SLT, he snapped Heisman's leg on Monday Night Football.
Hell yeah.
He wreaked havoc against the Eagles and Roger Jaworski. I mean, in his career. I mean, that dude was just he's a man's man, regardless of his troubles. He's still LT, period.
No doubt.
But I still get giddy, bro, when I see like Tim Brown, who I've always admired.
Yep.
It's a class act on and off the football field.
Yep.
Bo Jackson is just as raw as it gets, man. I mean, that dude, he was you know what he was in the field, in baseball and football.
Yep.
But to hear the side stories, like the shit that he don't necessarily hear for television, he's a master huntsman.
Yeah.
He can pop somebody from 1,000 yards away with a rifle or an arrow.
I heard that.
And the thing is, you're like, oh, Bo full of shit. But when you look at the feat that he's done, if somebody told you that he ran up a wall or threw somebody from outfield out, one of the fastest guys in baseball out, from outfield, and played 6 NFL games, ran over Brian Bosworth after coming back after 4 years. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. But the dude is as quality as it gets. I love Bo, and it's just wonderful. So when we all get together, the real commercial is not what you see on the actual finished product.
Yeah.
It's the conversations, the engagement we have in the green room. Yeah. That's where it all happens. Cracking jokes. You know how it is, man. It's the locker room, man. And, you get some guys.
How do those young cats play into that? Are they is it this generation's kids, or are they a little bit humble, or are they just some fucking slapdicks?
Well, they come in humble, Kyler Murray was very gracious. He was a young kid, very humble coming in, paid homage. Who else? RG3 was also a good dude. Mark Ingram is my favorite, man, because he's all personality. Good kid.
I can tell.
He's definitely got a career in television in some capacity. So
what about Mayfield? What about Mayfield, man? What about Mayfield?
Mayfield's a good dude.
Is he?
Yeah, Manziel, Manziel has his issues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he was kind of really like at bay at first. But this year, after seeing him at the Heisman, man, he was really open and welcome. Seems like he's gotten his act together, man. I'm really happy for him. And I'm so glad that the Heisman is always welcoming guys regardless of what's happened in their careers.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? It's always a family. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is that we have one trophy in common, but we all have different relationships with each other. Mike Rozier is by far the realest as it gets.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Man, Mike Rozier, we're in the damn right in the middle of filming, and Mike is like yelling out shit like, "Oh, Johnny a fake ass motherfucker." I mean, just talking about Johnny Rogers, and right in the middle of the program, live television, and Mike don't give a damn. I mean, he's smoking cigarettes, in between takes. Mike is from Camden's own, man. That's what I love about it. Everybody has a different personality, and we all love each other.
Hey, he went to JUCO in Kansas, man.
Yeah.
Coffeeville.
Yeah. Coffeeville. Yes, sure did.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I wondered, man. I was just wondering because I see them commercials they put together so well. I was like, man, it's more fun than it is work, huh?
Nah, it's long days, bro. I mean, we up there like Bo Jackson's the main one. He said, "Listen, y'all got 2 takes. That's it, and Bo gone." That's his exact words. You have 2 takes, and I'm out of here. But most of the guys, we there from sun up to sundown.
Damn.
And we want to put the best product out there. But it's well worth it, man. It's well worth it.
Yeah. Man, I gotta ask you, man, what all this new stuff with this NCAA stuff, man, what's your thoughts, man, on paying the players? My deal is paying the players or allowing them to use their name for monetary reasons, obviously. But my thoughts are, man, I'm not as big on paying the players off of their name as a lot of people are, because that's where it's leaning. It's leaning towards them allowing to get money off of their name and off their jerseys and off of selling items. I'm more on the tip of paying these cats the duration of their scholarships, which is 10 semesters or 5 years. I'm more along paying them because I just see too many cats that I've coached in specific. They get hurt. their NFL days are over, and then they get shitted on by the respective institution in some fashion.
Yep.
And they have no way of making any money off their name anymore. So who's going to buy a jersey from a cat that just blew his knee out that has no shot at going to the NFL? And
Right.
You're telling me he can't make no money no more. So I say you pay them the duration of their scholarship based on – if you want to sign a number one kid, you pay him a little more than the other kid. I mean, you're going to get into a bunch of discussion, and I don't want to necessarily do that. But I'm just saying, like, do you think they should be paid, or do you think they should be compensated off their
the only way right now to navigate around that, JB, in terms of what you're saying, in terms of paying athletes, is that the Title IX comes into play.
Yeah.
Where it's got to be fair across the board. And I think, for all athletes that are they're playing college sports should be able to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Whether that's girls synchronized swimming, girls volleyball, softball, because those players we know they don't have professional life after that.
Yep.
So imagine if a girls field hockey team won a national championship for the first time. They can go out and do autograph signings. They can go get commercials. They can do all these things locally to build the brand for themselves. Yep. So that leads for them to make money off the field, but also to learn how to manage money, learn to set up an LLC, learn to set up taxes, which is real life shit. Yep. So I'm all for the athletes getting paid off of their likeness, because it really evades and eludes Title IX, which is in the bylaws of the Constitution or whatever. So you got to really be careful with that. So the idea that I think would be great is you put a cap on how much every player can make, okay, across the board, whether you go to Alabama or Xavier. And you say it's $250,000 as a cap. That's an example. And if they make anything over that amount, it goes into a trust. And then they can build on that trust. If they play 2 or 3 more years over that amount, and it stays in that account, they can draw from it if they need to. They can save it, they can invest it, they can do whatever they need to do with it. But I think it eliminates saying, okay, Alabama's going to pay Joe Johnson, $800,000, and Georgia's offering $500,000. You know what I'm saying? That's all they can afford. I think there's room. There has to be structure around that whole philosophy for it to work. But I definitely think players should get paid in some capacity.
No question. And I know that's why the NCAA is not doing it till 22 or whatever, because I know they have to fine tune this shit. And I know it's just, hopefully, man, the one thing that I do see, the basketball side of this thing, better be careful, man, because you're going to have cats like this Heisman at Memphis and these other dudes saying, fuck you guys, I won't even go to college no more. I'll go overseas or play it over there and go to the league. And a lot of these schools, March Madness might falter, man, because it could flounder, to be honest, based on how nitpicky they are with this whole Heisman situation and all this other shit. It's just crazy to me, man. It just kills me, man. I don't.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I can't stand what the NCAA is doing. I mean, they're nitpicking on a lot of stuff that really has no veritas to it, or any base. To it. This stuff happened years ago, and they're going to penalize a kid for something that happened while he was in high school.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on. It's dumb shit like that. But then you look at the North Carolina situation, where they had fictitious classes, which was well in their jurisdiction, and they're talking about there's nothing to see here. So they pick and choose who they want to pick on and make examples out of. The system is broken. It's old. It has to change. They can't hide behind the fact that this is not a business. It's a multi-billion-dollar business between football and basketball, and they have to honor that and say, okay, we need to a business model together that makes sense, instead of playing bad cop, waiting for people to make a mistake, which they don't do their own due diligence, and then hand out these rules that's going to impact a player's career. Look at Chase Young, for example. He should have been in New York he should have won the Heisman, in my opinion, had he played 2 games. He was clearly the most dominant player in college football, and they possibly could have ruined his future in terms of future revenue, an opportunity to be the first pure defensive player to ever win the award. But based off the games that he's missed, they're going to hold it over his head. So,
if that cat goes, if they play LSU, if they end up meeting up and he fucking sacks Burrow 2 or 3 times, there's going to be some shit like, this motherfucker should have won the Heisman, and look at what he did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just think about that type of shit. Like, that's where he missed 2 games, killed his stock, I believe, in that regard. I still think the NFL knows what the deal is, and I think
they know what it is. They know what's up.
Yeah, but hey, best player don't always win that shit. You know how it goes. It's crazy, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, man.
It has become a quarterback deal, like you say, and it's unbelievable, man. But so listen, man, touching on that whole thing, like we were talking about, people deserve a chance. Like you said, the Heisman winners, they all have their peaks and valleys and their trials and tribulations and so on, man. I was called, man. Listen to this shit. I was called by the USA Today. Today I was. And some cat basically accused me of taking kids in who had prior aggravation or assault cases at the 4-year level. And if you know anything about me, man, I don't play that shit. If you have an issue with a female and you were convicted or charged or anything, I don't fuck with you. And I've turned down a lot of kids that had those issues. And I took in a couple kids from the University of Minnesota, and it's very widely known. And it was a big-time deal on ESPN when the head coach, who was a good friend of mine, Tracy Claeys, he basically boycotted a bowl game and basically got fired over these kids. Not only did I hire a coach from that staff for me at Independence that knew the situation, I also talked to all the head coaches that were there involved, who recruited the kids. We read the 85-page dossier. We did everything. People don't realize my AD was a fucking female who did not play. She did not play. And I have a daughter, obviously, who's 21, and I don't play that shit. And that's why you've never seen my kids getting in any trouble with that regarding that.
Right.
And, my thing is to you, like, when do the kids not deserve a shot? Because this is what the question was. It wasn't even a question. This motherfucker basically accused me. He said, why would I bring kids on a campus that endangered other females or made it unsafe? And I said, listen here. Those kids due diligence was done. I did all my due diligence. My athletic director, who was a female, did her due diligence. We read an 85-page dossier. Those kids filed a racial discrimination lawsuit, man. It was so badly handled. And I got those 3 kids Division I scholarships again, Eddie, and they graduated from their 4-year institution last weekend. All of them graduated. And, I'll tell you right now, man, I let them babysit my daughter, and I knew a lot about it. I turned over a lot of rocks because I'm not bringing no kids and put my reputation on the line for some slapdick kid that goes fucks up. But, this cat basically thinks they shouldn't have a shot. So my thing is, we both know a ton of cats out there that are still getting paid playing that have literally done shit and been convicted of it. But yet these kids had no charges, no convictions, and now you still trying to bring up old shit and drag them through the mud. And I just think, do you think they deserve a second chance if the coach himself has done the due diligence and believes that he knows enough about the situation? Because I'm going to be clear. If they have a conviction or a charge, I'm not messing with them. But if they do not, I'm going to mess with them if they don't. And if I did enough research to know that they were at the wrong place at the wrong time, that's what they're really guilty of. They're fucking guilty of being at the wrong place at the wrong time, which is still on them. I'm not clearing them for that, but and they know how I felt about them, but at the same time, they didn't do anything wrong. They were at the wrong place at the wrong time, which, as we know, in the inner city, that can lead to death or jail. And that's the lesson to be learned here. But I mean, at the same time, do you think if they didn't have a conviction and they proved me right, but this guy doesn't think so at USA Today,
Well, I think that whole thing with the Me Too movement and all of that comes into factor, and it's unfortunate that that the girls are being abused. I am not for that shit at all. I definitely get it. I understand. I don't have daughters, but I understand it. I come from an abusive household, so that's not something I condone.
Right.
But I do Bleav in players getting another opportunity, or any individual having a chance to have a second chance or something. We all make mistakes. You're dealing with kids who are highly emotional, that they don't have emotional intelligence to know when to stop. There may have been drinking involved, and to your point, you don't know all the parameters and particulars of the situation until you do your due diligence. And this kid is banking on the fact that I can make a difference in my life through my career. And you want to offer that opportunity if you sat down and get to know this person. So I do Bleav that, but you unfortunately got people out there that want to destroy, somebody. Let he who without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah. And
forgiveness is one of the greatest tools that God has given us to be free from that. To say, hey, you know what, you're forgiven. We can move forward from it, but you don't have to constantly bring it up, especially if the individual is trying to do the right thing. Now, if he messes up again, then that's just on him. But I'm definitely for people getting second chances to redeem themselves. We're all offered that opportunity. We've all done dirt. We've all messed up. And I don't think, we should hold anybody to a higher standard,
no doubt.
More so over somebody else. I mean, you got people in political office who've done worse, and that's overlooked because they're, in a higher position and they control, how the market goes or whatever that may be. It controls somebody's interest. So let's be clear and honest about that, and transparent about that. So it's done by a case-by-case basis, unfortunately.
Now, is it because they're at that higher level, or is it because some of them motherfuckers got my skin tone and some of them got your skin tone? You know what I'm saying?
It's both.
I gotta call a spade, shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit is fucked up, man, because look at this lady comes forward about she's trying to get a fucking petition signed to keep Michael Vick from being a Pro Bowl captain.
Yeah.
And he did his time. He fucked up. He admits it. We all know it. I got pit bulls. I mean, it is what it is. He deserves. I don't think he deserves it. But you got this white broad out there, man. She got pictures of fucking killing an elephant and a lion, and she posted that shit on social media. Nobody said shit. Like, it ain't no big deal. But Michael Vick, though, he's still being haunted to this day after he's done years in jail. And obviously the fan base wants him. The players want him. Obviously they've forgiven him. But yet these certain people come forward and just still try to hold people down. I just think it's unbelievable, man. Like America.
Well, and the motive is to allow their platform to be, relevant again.
Yeah.
We know that hustle, and it's for them to get FaceTime. It's let me, is pandering at his best, just waiting for that opportunity to have your voice heard, your calls heard, and so forth. It just keeps fuel for the fire with that whole thing. But at some point, the powers that be that make these decisions need to realize that, hey, it's over with. He paid his dues. He served his time. He paid the penalty. He's a good abiding citizen. He's given to PETA. He's a spokesperson for it. Let it go. Let it go.
No doubt, man. People hold on to shit too long, man. Life is too short, brother.
Too short, man.
And we've all fucked up. I got my shortcomings. Shit, everybody knows me. I got fucking. I'm on a show that's one of the most watched shows, and it's people always have these things. I try not to regret shit, but we all have regrets and shit happens. Yeah. But you got to move on. I just think we should be judged by our heart and our soul and what we do for other people. I think that other people, most of these cats that judge us, they don't do shit for anyone else, man. It's unbelievable that they don't know anything that goes into what we do, but yet they're so quick to judge us. And it blows my mind that adults can judge a person so fucking quick that have no clue. Like, it's like me going into, try to be a money manager in your firm, and I know nothing, and I'm sitting there critiquing you. Like, I'm an idiot. I don't know what the fuck you do. Why don't you judge me when you work at AT&T and you're telling me how to coach college football? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But hey, so listen, I know you're a huge Smith and Wesson fan, man. Who's your top 5 rap groups, man?
Hold on, Jimmy.
All right.
Okay, what'd you say?
I said I know you're a huge Smith and Wesson fan, man. Bucktown. But what is your top 5 rap groups of all time, man?
Rap groups? Oh, wow. I would have to say
not performers, but groups.
I want to say certainly Run DMC. Let me think. Groups. Public Enemy. Oh, Smith and Wesson's definitely in that. The whole Boot-Town, Boot Camp clique. But I got to go with Wu-Tang, man. Wu-Tang is like that'll never be seen or heard of again.
No question.
To have what 12 MCs all night. I mean, everyone individually different.
All can make a track and produce.
Produce, rhyme, everything.
Motherfuckers acting.
Yeah, man. I mean, Wu-Tang was so talented and deep, man. I got to go. I got Wu-Tang's number 1, and then to spawn off and do their own different projects and be successful. Yep, without a doubt. I think based off of that.
Yeah.
When people talk about the greatest rappers of all time, 6 or 7 of those dudes alone make that list.
I know. And you know, Method had the voice, but a lot of cats don't even realize if you really listen to content and what lyrics he's spitting, you got Jizza and the RZA and fucking
yes, Genius was probably the best.
They can spit.
Liquid Swords.
Bible? You don't know about Bible. You don't know about basic instructions before leaving Earth. Come on, dog.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Moving on to a sport we don't play. Who's your top 5 NBA players all time?
Oh my God. Oh man, I'm gonna say, wow. Based on championships in my era, I gotta go with a Bill Russell. I got to go MJ. I have to throw in Magic Johnson. This cat has gotten buried by a lot of people, but he was a bad boy. I got to throw Larry Bird in this mix, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's my number
Bird 2. Bird was a bad boy, period. I mean, he don't have athleticism like LeBron, but in terms of killer instinct,
yep,
he will take your throat. He'll crush you on your throat. Period.
Yeah,
and it was ready to throw down.
Fucking
so I'm coupling the old school, man. Of course, I said Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, there you go.
And
that's some of the same, man.
And I would say Shaquille O'Neal. That's 5, right? 5, yeah. Shaquille.
Yeah, I got, man, my favorite's Kobe, man. He's an old school mentality a little younger than us, but he still was that old school guy. Larry Bird. I got Jordan, Magic, and Kareem, so we're almost the same.
Kobe was nothing to play with, man. He was impressive to watch.
Hell yeah. He'll D you up and gas your face and shoot your lights out. So, you know, shit.
Oh, and let you know about it, man.
Hey, Jimmy crack corn.
No fear.
Last seconds.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
look, excluding yourself, who's the top 5 running backs of all time?
Oh, wow. You know, I'm gonna go back in the day. Hugh McElhaney.
You know,
McElhaney.
Hold on, dog.
Hugh was nasty, man.
You don't know about Hugh McElhaney? All right.
Hugh McElhaney, as a child, severed his foot on broken glass and said he was never going to walk again.
Hold on, dog.
And
you understand who you're talking about? Do you know who that is? Where he's from?
I know Hugh McElhaney.
You know where?
He went to Illinois, right?
You know where he's from, dog?
I'm not sure. Where is he from?
Compton, brother.
He's from Compton?
He played at Compton College with my dad, brother.
Get out of here. He went to Compton?
Hell yeah, he went to Compton.
That's why he ran the way he ran.
Hey, he went to Compton College. So you know some history out there for all you listeners. Compton College has the most national championships of any junior college. They used to play nationally against teams from Kansas, Georgia military. They would go all over the place. And they used to scrimmage the fucking LA Rams. That's how loaded they were when my dad played. This is like in the 50s. And
are you kidding me?
Nah, and Hugh played with my uncle and my dad for a year, but played with my uncle who was a little older. And people don't know, man. It's in my book, too. Hugh McElhaney went to Compton College. Duke Snyder, the Dodger great. I don't know if you know, but the NFL commissioner, it might have been when you were still playing. I don't know if you had Tagliabue or if you had, but Pete Rozelle went to Compton with my dad as well. So
wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of greats came out of Compton, man. Plus, you know, all the actors, you know Anthony Anderson and
yep.
Todd Bridges and shit. There's so many different people, you know, Marilyn Monroe, Kevin Costner. I mean, it go, you know, the Venus and Serena Williams. I mean, you know, there's so many people come from Compton, plus the rappers, you know. So, yeah, man, it's funny you said that, man. Not to cut you off, that's funny to say that. Hugh McElhaney went to Compton College, brother, with my dad, man.
And he was a bad boy, man. His cutting ability was second to none. I mean, he was Gale Sayers and Barry Sanders before that.
Yeah.
And he was a bad boy, man, just nasty with it.
Yeah.
Hugh McElhaney, of course, Jim Brown, Earl Campbell, Barry Sanders.
Yep.
And this is rough. I mean, you know, picking a running back is so hard because you got O.J. Simpson, you got Eric Dickerson, Gale Sayers. I got to go with Emmitt Smith because he's the ultimate warrior. I mean, he played hurt, he blocked. Listen, I get it that he played with a great offensive line, great quarterback, wide receiver, the Hall of Famers across the board. Emmitt played hurt, and I studied him. You know, as the complete back, he'll catch out the backfield. He played with his ribs hurt. I mean, he was the catalyst for that Dallas offense. He made it go. He made it click. He was the heart and soul of it. You know, Emmitt, without a doubt, the rushing over 20,000 yards, 19,000 yards, something ridiculous like that. He's got to be, in my mind, one of the top, if not the top running back in the ever play the game.
Damn, that's saying a lot, man. I grew up on that team, being a Troikman fan, and growing up with Larry Allen in Compton, obviously, who's probably one of the best O-linemen ever, who blocked for Emmitt a long time. You know, that was watching them cats as a youngster. I was like, shit, man. And you know what? How you think about his son signing with Stanford, man?
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
I love it. Now, you know what I know now. You know, Stanford, somebody there with a degree.
Yep.
You know, you're good to go.
Ask Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So I have no problem with that at all.
No doubt. Nah, man. I think it was good. I thought it's just funny, man. It's crazy how you say. That's why Emmitt Smith is the epitome. Guys like yourself. That's why I get pissed at these young kids, man, because you came in with the ride or die mentality. You wanted to sign. You wanted to put on that hat and make a big old splash on social media, but yet you leave these cats hanging when there's bowl time and you don't get a BCS playoff bowl, but you fucking don't want to play in the bowl that all your other players wanted to play in. And, you know, my thing is you come in, you go out with them, man. I know you're going to go to the NFL and shit, but a lot of those guys aren't. In a college bowl ring is maybe the last thing they ever get. And some of these kids sitting out the game, I don't know what your thoughts are, man, but, like, I understand getting hurt, but you shit, man. You could get hurt walking your fucking dog. I mean, that's just the game we chose. Yeah. You know, I don't know.
Well, we come from a different era, man. And these kids got, you know, they got, you know, people in their ear telling them what to do. And again, it's aligned with their personal interest. And but I get it too.
Me too.
You know, because hell, if you get hurt, that's your draft stock.
Yep.
And most guys can't recover from that. So
no doubt.
I see it from both angles. It just really depends on the situation.
No doubt. Well, hey, man, I know it's getting a holiday season, man, and I know it's time to wrap it up, man. And I just want to give you much love for coming on with me, man. I'm getting this podcast going, man. Everybody wanted me to do it. I didn't want to do it, and I was like, shit, man, fuck it. I might as well. I ain't doing shit. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. And like I said, hopefully I'll hook up soon again and maybe smoke a stick, brother.
Absolutely, Jay, man. It's been an honor, man. You know how I feel about you, man. I think you've done an outstanding job, as a head coach, and I'm really excited about what you're doing now, the second phase of your career. Hopefully you'll get back into coaching, because I think you make a huge difference in a lot of these young men's lives. And I know how reality TV can be, where it paints you as one person in one particular way, when that's just a part of you, not the total man. So I get it, man. God bless you. Anytime you need anything, man, give me a shout, and we'll just go from there, brother.
No doubt, man. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If I don't talk to you and your fam, man, tell your kid said what's up, and I'll definitely I'll shoot him another FaceTime, man. That shit was classic. That cat had his towel. Yeah, he was butt naked in the shower, man. That motherfucker was butt naked in the shower.
And he thought he was hiding, man. Like you can see his ass in the mirror. That was hilarious.
Oh, man. Hey, much
awesome.
Brother, I appreciate you, man. I'll holler at you soon.
All right, brother. Be easy, man. Merry Christmas, man.
All right, you too, brother. Peace.
Go.
Hope this ain't my last chance. It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me. Will I make it? Will I take it to the top? We gon' see. It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me. It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me. It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me. Will I make it? Will I take it to the top? We gon' see. It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me. It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me.
Find a guy, man. I'm just telling you. Coach, I don't want to fucking hear your mouth. I'm tired of hearing guys talk back, man. Just say yes, sir. Coach, you fucking hired me. I don't know no better. Fucking sicko. Take your ass home if you want to be here.
It's the last chance for you. Last chance for me. Will I make it? Will I take it to the top? We gon' see. It's the last.